Good morning. Find a comfortable seat. Grab a strap today if I didn't tell you already. You're going to need to grab a strap or dog leash or belt or something of that nature. We are going to use that today. Set mine near me so I don't forget it. Root through your sit bones, lengthen through your crown, get all the wiggles out. And then settle into your breath, lengthen through your crown, breathe, close your eyes, flip your hands over so the palms are up, elbows straight below the shoulders. Crown is stacked right on top of both sit bones. Feel nice and long in your spine. Sit up a little bit taller. Imagine that you are being stretched from the crown, opening up the vertebrae. Feel the muscles of the body engage to lengthen. Hold that position and breathe into your belly. I want 5 nice, big, deep, slow breaths. Allow your belly to move with your breath. Extending out on your inhale. And to finish off your exhale, drawing the belly in and pushing out all of the air. After you finish your 5th deep, slow breath, allow your breathing to return to a normal rate. Allow your awareness to just wash over your body. Being aware of the head, the face, the neck, shoulders, down the arms, the chest, the back, the belly, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves and shins, ankles, and feet. Run your awareness back up the body from the feet, the ankles, calves, shins, knees, thighs, hips, belly, back, chest, shoulders, fingers, wrists, elbows, shoulders, neck, face, head, and crown. Drop your head forward. Just let your head hang. Open up the back of your neck. Roll your right ear over to the right side. Lift the chin slightly. Tuck your chin and roll over to the left side and lift the chin a little bit. Tuck and roll back to the center. I want you to draw the backs of your hands up into your hips as you lift your head and chest to the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale, slide the back of your hands down your thighs. Scoop your belly in like a beach ball. Drop your head. Exhale, inhale. Heart and head lift up. Shoulders, elbows back. Exhale, scoop. Round yourself over a beach ball. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round over. Inhaling and lift. On the very last bit of your exhale, pull the belly in, rounding yourself even more. Inhale, lift, open the chest and lungs. Exhale, open the back. One more big breath, inhaling up. And exhaling forward, tuck the belly in, all the air out, and then bring yourself, stack yourself to neutral. One vertebrae at a time, head comes back on the top of your head. Turn your head to the right. Put your left hand on your hip and open your elbow back in space, your elbow and shoulder. Head and shoulder kind of going in opposite direction. You can stay there with your elbow and hand, or you can open your arm out, palm up. Up to you which you'd rather do. Breathe. Take your nose down to your shoulder. Take your nose up to the ceiling. Bring your head back to neutral. Return your hand to your hip if you moved it to the sky, and come face forward. Other side, turn your head left. Take your right hand to your hip. Press your shoulder and elbow back in space. Breathe. If you want to lift your hand, you can. You don't have to. Palm is facing up if you do. Take your nose down to your shoulder. I had to look at it to see what it was. Take your nose up to the ceiling. Back to neutral. Return your hand to your hip if you were headed up. Bring your head back to neutral. Roll your shoulders around, relax your arms, relax your wrists. Turn your head side to side if you want. Rounded circles if you want. Whatever feels good. All right, I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. I'm going to bring my hips forward on the chair so I'm not leaning up against the back of the chair. Open your knees, a very unladylike position. Make sure you stack your knees over your ankles. The tendency is to let them fall inward and be relaxed. I want you to draw your belly up off your femur bones. So you're just kind of lifting a little bit and open up your knees so they stack right over. You have your legs nice and engaged. Relax your butt muscles. Use your inner thigh to press open. You have a couple of choices. We're going to lean to either side. So if you want to make one side taller, you can use a blanket, a pillow, a block to put on your hip. You can just go to your arm like so. You can go all the way down. It's up to you. Okay, so we're going to start going to the left. Inhale, right arm up. Bring it right up next to your ear. Lean to the left and rest on that left leg. Open up the right side of the body. Take the shoulder back and turn your head and look through your armpit. Breathe. Lengthen. If you feel squished and uncomfortable in here, then you need to be up higher. So put something underneath you. Go to your hand if you need to. You don't want to be squished and uncomfortable. Pull your belly in, start stacking your spine as you bring that arm down. Nice and slow. I'm going to go to the other side. So if you have something over there, switch it to the right side. Inhale, left arm comes up. Right next to your ear, lean right. Rest on the right leg. Opening from shoulder to hip, turn your head and look through your armpit, which means you got to pull that arm back slightly. Anytime we have our arm overhead like this, if it bothers your shoulder, you can relax the shoulder completely. Put your head on your hand on your head. That's the word. Breathe. Start to stack your spine. Engage your belly. Lengthen, stack one at a time, all the way up. Arm comes down. Very nice. Check your knees. Are they still over your ankles? Did you let them relax and roll inward? If you did, open them back up. Lengthen tall through the crown. Squeeze the glutes. Press through the soles of the feet. Lengthen through the crown. Deep breath, right arm inhales up. Turn left, exhale, arm comes down to left thigh. You're not pulling on the left thigh, it's just resting there. Or you can rest it on your left hip. Let it dangle over there. You can put it on your left shoulder. Draw your belly into your spine to flatten your back. And imagine your belly's trying to face forward. It may untwist you a little bit to keep the belly forward. Inhale, arm comes up, front of the face. Exhale, twist back forward. Relax your legs, relax your arms, relax your shoulders. Shake your legs out, roll your shoulders, or gotta go the other direction. All right, reset yourself. Knees over ankles. Draw the belly up just a little bit off your femur. Squeeze your butt, root through the soles of your feet, lengthen through the crown. Left arm, inhale up, lengthen tall, twist right, let that arm float down. You're not gripping for dear life or anything. Keep the legs open, knees open. Belly yearns forward, so you might have to untwist your hips a little bit. Breathe. Inhale, bring the arm up. Turn forward. Exhale, take the arm back down. Relax the legs. Walk your feet back in. I want you to take the right leg forward, and you might have to either turn to the side so that the chair doesn't hit in the middle of your hamstring, but right up under the shelf of your butt. We've all got butt shelves. So I'm going to turn to the side so that my whole hamstring hangs off the chair. Toes up. Start with it straight out from your hip. This is the bent knees, your supporting knee, so it can be wherever it's supporting you best. It can be close in, it can be far out. That's not as important. Soft knee on the straight leg. Lengthen through the crown. Flex your foot softly. And start to lean forward an inch. Deep breath. Lean forward another inch on the exhale. Deep breath. Lean forward one more inch if you can. Hold and breathe. Draw the belly in. Take your left hand up to the ceiling or rest it on your head if you want. It's just taking that weight away from the center of your body, makes your abs work. Take that left hand out to the side, or you could do elbow if you want. Bring that left hand forward, palm up. Or just keep it on your elbow or keep it on your shoulder and take your elbow forward. Gives your shoulder a break. Turn to your hip. Come back up. Your straight leg is straight out from your hip. I want you to take that leg and I want you to bring it to the midline. So just lift it and move it right into the midline. It's right in between your boobs, right at the breastbone. Flex toes up. You might have to realign or remove your supporting leg. Deep breath. Exhale forward an inch. Deep breath. Exhale forward an inch. Deep breath. Exhale forward an inch and hold. Lengthen through the crown, draw the belly in. Bringing the leg over inward, you may get more stretch on your T-band on the outside of your leg. Slowly come back up, flat back. Relax your leg, draw it in. We're going to switch sides, switch legs. Rotate, make sure your whole hamstring is hanging off of the chair. Just got your little butt shelf up there. Start out with the leg directly out from your hip. So there's space between your legs. Find a comfortable position for your supporting leg. Hands on your hips, lengthen through your crown, deep breath. Exhale, come forward an inch. Deep breath. Exhale, forward an inch. Deep breath. Exhale, forward the last inch. Hold and breathe. Keep the foot flexed, keep the knee soft, lengthen through the crown of your head, draw the belly in. Right arm coming next to your ear up to the sky. You can bend the elbow and relax the arm if you need to. Bring the arm out to the side. Bring the arm forward, palm up. Relax the arm back to your hip. Lengthen and come back. Keep your back flat. And relax. Now you're going to take that leg and bring it right into the midline, lined right up with your breastbone, right in the center. That big toe should be right down the center. Soften knee, don't lock your knee out. Realign your supporting leg if you need to. Deep breath. Exhale forward an inch. Deep breath. Exhale forward an inch. Deep breath. Exhale forward an inch and hold. Not hold your breath, just hold the stretch. Feel on the outside of that leg. You might feel it into the glute, into the thigh, the hip area, thigh, down your calf. You might feel it in your foot. Keep your knee soft. Crown lengthen, belly in. And lean back. Relax your foot. Shake it out. Good stuff. We're going to stand. And we're going to put the chair in front of us. So that we can be in that sort of position with the seat of the chair in front of us. I'm going to turn mine sideways so y'all can still see, but you can have this back of your chair in front of you if you want. So I would like for you to put your hands in the W, arms in the W position, and put your ankles under your elbows. Okay. The chair out far enough so that when you hinge your hips, keep your hips over your ankles and put your shoulders over your wrists, holding your chair on either side. Now, if your wrists bother you too much, putting a little bit of weight on them, you can always go up onto your knuckles as well, or use some more padding under your wrists. Might help. All right, rock your hips side to side. Keep your knees soft. Get some inner thigh love. Pause your hips over on the right side. Relax your left knee. Feel your left thigh try and engage and draw the knee up the thigh. I want you to relax that for a moment. If If you don't feel any stretch on the inner thigh, rock your hips and body forward and back until you find the sweet spot. You can go in and out of stretch slowly, or you can just pause and hold that stretch. I want you to take your left hand over here with your right one, and I want you to squeeze your right rib cage towards your right hip. Look over your shoulder, the back wall, at your hip, at your foot. You can rock your hips forward and back, or you can hold it. Bring your left hand back over, chest face forward. And I want you to push your hips back to the right back corner a little bit more. Bend your right knee a little bit. And then bring yourself back to center. Gently walk your hips side, or rock your hips, not walk them. Rock them side to side. All right, pausing on the left side. Check your right knee. Your right quad wants to draw the knee up the leg. Try and relax that. Let the knee drop into its socket. Kneecap. Take your right hand over there with the left one. Squeeze your left rib cage next to your left hip bone. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe. You can rock your hips back and forth or stay in place. Center your shoulders back. Take your hand back over to the right. And then I want you to really push your left hip to the back left corner. Bend your left knee a little bit. Soften the knee on the right side. And come back to center. Shake out your legs. Lift and release your heels. We're gonna do some cat-cow positions. All right, so we're gonna take a nice deep breath to start. Exhale, round your back, tuck your tail, drop your head. Inhale, take your heart through your arms, lift your glutes, pull your belly in, look forward. Exhale, pull in, lift your back. Inhale, heart through arms, tailbone lifts, head lifts. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, heart forward, tailbone back. Exhale, pull in. Why don't you do 5 more of those at your own pace? Make sure your knees stay soft. Make sure your belly stays drawn inward through the whole exercise. On your next exhale, just go to flat back, looking at the seat of the chair. Walk your feet in so that they're directly underneath your hip bones. I want you to transition your weight to your right leg. Slide the left leg in close, just be on the left tippy toes. On the upper body, I want your weight to predominantly be in your left hand. Draw the belly in. Start to lift the left leg behind you with a flexed foot. rotating that whole leg downward towards the floor so that your pinky toe is pointing to the floor. Helps keep your hips from opening up. You can just take your right hand just off of the chair and hold it up, or you can lengthen it out overhead. Draw the belly in, feel the weight trying to redistribute through your torso, your core. Breathe. Bend your left knee, point your left toe. Return your hand down, straighten your leg, flex your foot, lower it back to the floor. Right underneath your hip, weight over both feet. Push your hips back, release the grip on the chair with your hands, relax your fingers, lift your toes slightly, bend your knees a little bit, back of the leg stretch. You can stay still or you can rock your hips side to side, move the stretch from the inner back thigh to the outer back thigh. Give your hands a break. We're going to switch sides. Weight even over both feet to start. Put your hands back in place. Now transition your weight to the left leg. Slide your right toes in close to the left leg. Center your weight. Weight on the hands is going to go to the right hand. Draw the belly in to flatten the back. Start to straighten the right leg back behind you with a flexed foot. Spin your outer thigh down towards the floor. Pinky toe goes down. Lengthen through the crown. Take the weight off the left hand. It can remain touching for balance if you want to. Or you can take it right overhead, reaching in opposite directions. Feel the muscles of the belly try to compensate for the weight drawn away from the core. Bend the right knee, point the right toe. Return the hand first. Straighten the right knee, flex the right foot, and lower it back down underneath your hips, weight evenly distributed. Press the hips back in space, release. Go to a forward fold. So you have three choices. You can go to your elbows, you can go to your forehead, or you can get the cotton picking chair out of the way and you can just lean forward. It's totally up to you. Bend into your knees, let your belly rest on your thighs so that you have less stretch in the back of the legs, where our goal is not to stretch at this point, it's just to rest a little bit. You have two ways you can get up. You can start rounding and stacking your spine, squeeze your butt, straighten your back, press through the feet, and lift up with a flat back if you want. All the way to the sky. Take a deep breath. Inhale, arms up. Look up at your hands. Lengthen through your fingertips. Exhale down. And do that again. Inhale, lengthen. Lift your shoulders off your hips. Lengthen your belly. Look up. Exhale down. Shake it out. And we're going to go to the floor. Don't forget to get your strap. All the way down. Knees drawn in. You can roll if you would like while you're getting your strap together and all situated. All right, we're going to lasso our right foot. You're going to put your strap one end in each hand, and you're going to bring your left ankle over the right thigh bone. I actually want the ankle bone to hang off the right side of your thigh bone. Open your knee out to the side. And I want you to lengthen your arms out as far as you can without taking your shoulders off the mat, and grab as far away from the body as you can. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bend your elbows up towards your ears, drawing that leg in. Take 3 big breaths. Try and relax inner and outer thigh. You can flex your foot if you want to, if it bothers your knee at all. I want you to roll your hips to the right, just 3 inches, maybe 4, until you start to feel the stretch move into deep left glute, butt cheek. Deep, deep in there. One more breath. And roll your hips back to center. Switch your feet in the air. Left foot goes in the strap. Right ankle hangs over left femur. Opening your knee out. Flex your foot if you need to. Reach down that strap as far as you can without drawing your shoulders off the mat. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bend your elbows, draw them towards the ears. Breathe into your glute, inner thigh, outer thigh. Three more breaths. Roll your hips left until you start to feel that stretch move deeper into your glute. One more breath. You can roll yourself back. And we're going to not switch our feet. You're going to drop the right foot to the floor. Keep the left foot in the strap. Because even though we had the left foot in the strap, we were working on the right leg. So we are essentially switching the working leg without switching the strap. So you can keep your left or your right foot on the floor, or if you have more mobility and flexibility, you can straighten the leg out. It's totally up to what your body's telling you can do today. If you do straighten the leg, I want you to keep a soft flex so the toes stay to the ceiling. Left leg to the ceiling, hold the strap. Relax the left leg. Use your arms, even if you have to wrap your wrists to hold so you're not gripping so much. Let that leg balance right over the hip joint. I want you to point the toe. Take a little bit of control away from the hand, utilizing the leg all the way from the hip joint itself, not the knee and not the ankle. I want you to do tiny circles. Teeny tiny, like quarter size. Imagining there's a pin on the tip of your big toe. Go the other direction. Flex the foot. Pause. Now I want you to imagine that you have a big dinner plate on the ceiling, and you're going to just trace the edges of it with the heel of your foot. So you're going to make bigger circles with the heel of your foot. Big dinner plate. The arm is just there for support. You're not using your arm to make the circle go the other direction. One more circle. Pause in the center. Breathe. I want you to put the strap in your right hand or wrap it around your wrist or whatever you would like to do. I want you to bend the knee. And I want you to take the left knee out to the left side and draw the left foot over to the right side with the strap. So you got a hold of the strap. It's like you're doing half of a cross leg sitting on the ground. Hold that. Imagine that your shin bone is parallel with the floor. You don't have to use a strap if you can reach your foot. You can hold the outside of your foot if you want to. Stabilize through your leg. But that strap is a good helper. Breathe. Start to rotate back in the hip to keep the the foot and the knee back into alignment. Slide the right one up, switch your feet in the air. Go to the right foot, left foot goes to the floor. Balance. Remember, you can keep the left foot on the floor or you can slide out to straight leg, but have a soft flex. Balance that leg to begin with. Soft knee. Let the leg relax. Have the weight of the leg in your hand. Utilize the length of whatever you've got. Wrap it around your wrist and your fingers so you're not just relying on your grip. Go ahead and point your toe. Take a little control away from the hand. Point your toe to the ceiling. Draw quarter-sized circles from your hip, not from your ankle, not from your knee. Go the other direction. Breathe. Relax, flex your foot. Now we got dinner plate circles with the heel of the foot being the guide. Big dinner plate circles. This is generated from the hip, not the hand, not the arm. Go the other direction with your dinner plate. The knees remain soft. And relax back in center. Take your strap and put it all in your left hand. Again, you can wrap it and give it some support so you're not only gripping. Bend your knee. Take your right knee out. We're rotating in the hip, taking the right knee out and bringing the right foot over here to the left side, using the strap to help guide and support. Imagine that you're doing one-sided Indian style sit or cross-leg sit. Breathe, draw the belly in. You don't want to pull the knee in close. You're keeping the knee out a little bit and away from the torso. And slowly start to rotate it back into its neutral position. Knee is bent. unstrap yourself. Release the strap. Put the foot flat on the floor. Draw the left one up if you had it straight. Keep the feet hip width apart and just rock your hips side to side. Release some tension. Now I want you to rock them forward and back. So you're arching and contracting your back, pressing it to the floor and arching it up a little bit, but don't use your back muscles. Use your butt muscles to do this. So we're going to take this motion. We just did side to side. Now we're doing front to back. We're going to create a circle out of it. So I want you to pull your back into the mat. Then I want you to rock your hips onto the left glute. Then I want you to arch your back, level on both sit bones, and then roll over to the right hip. Flatten the back, center, go over to the left, arch, right, flatten your back, left, arch, right, flatten your back, hold. We're going to go the other direction. Roll onto your right hip just a little bit. You like kind of the right glute. And then arch your back over both. Go to the left hip, flatten your back, center, right hip, arch your back, left hip, flatten back, center, right hip, arch your back, left hip, flatten back, center. One more all the way around, right, arch, center, flatten and hold a flat back pressed into the mat. Squeeze your glutes, root through the heels of your feet. Arms at your side, palms down. Press your elbows into the mat. Press your shoulder blades into the mat. Fire through your thighs. Imagine you're holding a ball between your knees. Squeeze the butt as much as you can. Soften the belly. And then let everything relax. Hands relaxed, legs relaxed, feet relaxed. Move them around a little bit to make sure you're relaxed before we do it again. Engage the glutes and flatten the back to the floor to start. Engage through the quads, the thighs. Imagine holding that little ball between your knees. Don't squish it. Press through the soles of your feet. Arms to your side, palms down. Press through all 5 fingers, wide fingers. Press through the elbow. Press through the shoulder blades. Lengthen through the crown. Feel the body engaged. It's like you're in lift-off mode. You got the afterburners running. Breathe. Push through the soles and relax. Let it all release. Rock your hips. Release any tension that you feel. Bring both knees into your chest. Roll around a little bit if you want. Nice big breath. Exhale into cannonball. And release. And prep yourself for savasana. Getting all your creature comforts, your pillows and your blankets and your blocks. Eye pillow, block out the light. You can always roll up a wash rag or something and put it over your eyes. The darker, the better. The darkness really does help you to focus your thoughts. Lying on your back, get your legs supported, something under your legs, arms out to the side. Make sure your neck is lengthened. You can put it on a small pillow, the back of your head on a small pillow if you would like. Come into your breath. Rise and fall. Relax through your forehead, your eyes, and your jaw. Imagine that your face just melts into the back of your head. Relax your ears. Relax your back of your neck, from your ears to your collarbone. Relax your throat. Relax up over the tops of your shoulders, down your upper arm into your elbows. Relaxing your forearm, palm of your hand, and all 10 fingers. Let your arms feel heavy. Returning to your shoulders, relax down the front of the chest and the upper back. Relax down the belly and down the low back. Relax from your armpits down to your hips. Let the torso be heavy. Relax down your thighs, the front, the back, and both sides. Right into the back of your knee. Relax your calf muscle. Let it hang from your shin bone. Relaxing through the ankles. Down over the heel of the foot. Up over the top of the foot. Wrap around into the arch. And relax all 10 toes. Let your legs feel heavy. Bring your awareness to each pressure point that's touching the surface. Whether that surface is the hard floor or you've transitioned to a couch or a bed. Feel the pressure points, the back of your head, the hips, shoulders, maybe your heels. Feel each of those pressure points rooting into the ground, yearning for the nutrients deep in the soil. Feel the top half of your body that is not touching a surface. Light as a feather. Like it could float with the clouds. With each breath, you could feel yourself float up and away. Imagining that it yearns for the sky and the sun, reaching for it. Feel the polarities of the heavy body in the back and the light as a feather body in the front. Feel them pull in opposite directions. Feel the mind try and transition between
Lost the sound.
from safe and secure and to carefree and happy and joyful. Spend a moment in the deep rooted security of your life, of your being. What makes you feel secure and stable? People, places, things. Where does your security lie? Your stability? What grounds you? What roots you in life? Allow your mind to transitioning to the carefree. What makes you feel carefree and light and joyful? Silly nonsense. Where do you go? Who do you spend time with when you want to be silly and carefree? What do you think about? What does it remind you of? Do you associate a food with being carefree? A person, a place? Not a care in the world, feeling light as a feather, walking on clouds. And no matter how hard we try to stay up there, we can feel that rooting and grounding security in the background kind of drawing us downward. Find a balance in life between the two. If you could pick one rooting, grounding practice, what would it be? It could be balancing your checkbook. It could be sitting on the earth. It could be the presence of a person, a spouse, a child, a parent. It could just be being in your home that you own. And if you could pick one practice or thought that reminds you of being carefree, floating on clouds, it could be the act of love, the puppy dog love, or the deep love. It could be eating ice cream. It could be walking on the beach. It could be spending time with someone that you can be silly and be yourself with. Feel the draw of the two polarities of your life, both necessary to find balance. And right in the middle of them both, you find your heart nestled. Beating through against your lungs, against your rib cage. Drawing the polarities back to your body. Feeling every rooted pressure point, the back of the head, the shoulders, the hips. Feeling the lightness of the chest and the belly and the knees, the head. Feel them sandwich themselves together. Feel the skin. Feel the muscles. Feel the bones. Feel their breath. Feel the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Begin to wiggle them around. Roll your wrists and ankles, elbows and knees, hips and shoulders. Move your spine, arching and contracting your back, drawing your shoulders up and down, rocking your hips forward and back or side to side. Turn your head side to side. Create some movement, opening the body back up, waking everything back up. Straightening your arms and legs. Take a nice deep breath and stretch in opposite directions. And relax. Gently draw one knee at a time into your chest. Roll if you would like, or just sit still. Gently roll over onto your side, stacking shoulders, hips, and knees. Take a few more breaths, let gravity transition. Gently peel yourself up off of the floor, mat, bed, wherever you're at. Peel yourself up into a seated position, lengthening your spine, stacking your shoulders over your hips, relaxing your legs either out front or in cross-legged. Drop your right ear to the right side. Tuck your chin and roll over to the left side. Tuck your chin and roll to the center. Pause there. Scoop your chin down, forward, and up to the ceiling. And then push your chin down, forward, back into the chest, scooping it out. Bring your head back up to neutral. Turn your head to the right and then over to the left. Come back to center. One arm at a time. Inhale the right one up and over to the left side. Stretch the side body and back down. Left one up and over to the right side. Lean right and back down. Both arms inhale up. Gather that air. Draw it to the center. Exhale it down. Another breath. Inhale, arms up, light as a feather, soft as a cloud. Hands come together overhead. Exhale them down to your chest. Pressing through the palms, stretching through the wrists, lengthen through the crown. Elbows parallel with the floor. Deep breath. Exhale, flutter your eyes open, and namaste.